The CDJs. The DJ decks, also known as CDJs, are your music player. Some people still use vinyl turntables for various reasons, but for this course, we'll stick with the CDJs. Now, the most basic and cheapest CDJ is a CDJ 100, which came out in early 1997. It has been battle tested for more than a decade and is ultra reliable. However, it doesn't have the bells and whistles that you'd expect from a modern day device. If you can DJ and mix well on a CDJ 100, then you'll be able to DJ and mix well on any CDJ, so I highly recommend practicing on it. When you practice on a CDJ 100, you'll also help your DJing mixing skills, as you won't be relying heavily on the assistance technology built into other newer CDJs. One of the most prevalent and common CDJs in clubs is the CDJ 1000 Mark III. It came out in March 2006 and was hugely successful due to its reliability and support for the new technologies at the time, like MP3 and CDR media. Although this device is now discontinued from Pioneer, there's still a good chance that you'll see and use the devices if you're DJing in clubs and bars. The successor to the CDJ 1000 Mark III is the CDJ 900 and high-end CDJ 2000, which both came out in December 2009. We'll be using the CDJ 900 throughout this course, as it is currently one of the most latest devices from Pioneer. There are many other models of CDJs like the DVJ 1000, which also plays video, but for the purposes of this course, we'll focus on the audio-only CDJs. Now, for every CDJ you come across, there are 5 main functions you'll want to be aware of. We'll also go through these in detail as the course progresses. Number 1. Master tempo. Always make sure that the master tempo is switched on. This will prevent the sound from being distorted and pitched incorrectly. For example,
you don't want the vocals in your song sounding like a chipmunk
or the devil.
Turn the master tempo on by simply pressing the master tempo button. Number 2. Auto cue. Make sure your auto cue is switched on. This will prevent the CDJ from acting like a normal CD player, which just automatically plays through to the next song. You want to be able to control which song gets played when, and have the CDJ stop the audio track when it is finished, not to play the next song automatically. For the CDJ 100, simply press and hold the auto cue button for 2 seconds each time it is turned on. For the CDJ 1000 and CDJ 900, it should already be turned on by default. If it isn't, then turn it on by pressing and holding the auto cue button for 2 seconds. Number 3. The tempo slider. This controls the speed of the music. We'll explain this in detail when learning about beat matching. Number 4. The jog wheel. This temporarily slows down or speeds up the music. We'll also explain this in detail when learning about beat matching. And number 5. The track selection controls. For all CDJs, you can easily select your tracks like you would with any other device. For the newer devices, there are extra track selection buttons and knobs to enable faster searching when using digital files like MP3s. For the other buttons and features, we won't go through them in this course. However, feel free to play with them once you've learnt the basics. They are only there as extra features to improve your DJing and aren't necessary for you to actually DJ, unlike the 5 main functions I just outlined: master tempo, auto cue, tempo slider, the jog wheel, and track selection controls.